What's up, Comic Universe? DPZ rolling solo again, and this time around, I've got a review for you guys. That's right, I've got a movie review, and that is Leprechaun Returns, the 8th movie in the Leprechaun franchise. This was created by Lionsgate and Sci-Fi. This was basically one of their collaboration film, and the first of 3, I believe. Yeah, so the first of 3. The other 2 being working with the Kyoto brothers to bring us the new films of Critters and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, respectively. So I was a little apprehensive of seeing what Sci-Fi would do with Leprechaun, but then I thought about it before watching this movie. I was like, you know what? The Leprechaun movies, even the first one, they're not the best films. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. They're not cinematic masterpieces. All right, Leprechaun in space, Leprechaun in Leprechaun to the Hood. Both movies. None of these films, even the first one, are cinematic masterpieces. We just love them because they were fun. We just love them because they were fun, bloody films. And yeah, there's no real, standard, so they weren't gonna, so I wasn't one of those people like, oh, they ruined Leprechaun, and yes, unfortunately, they don't have Warwick Davis, and I'll get into the new actor whose name I'm forgetting, but yeah, it's not Warwick Davis, but so was, Leprechaun Origins, which that movie was you want to talk about, the worst Leprechaun movie? Leprechaun Origins takes the fucking cake. Oh my god, that was trash. Anyway, so what did I think of Leprechaun Returns? Now, if you don't know the story, it centers around, it's actually it kind of takes a page out of Halloween 2018, in that it disregards all the other movies, and only counts the sequel as the one in continuity. Which is fine, because, really, when you think about it, none of the movies are really interconnected, except for the Hood movies. All of them kind of feel like their own standalone films. Hell, I think Leprechaun 4 in Space didn't even call him a leprechaun, if I remember right. So yeah, it does take, so yeah, all the movies were pretty much all standalone in their own right. So yeah. Anywho, Leprechaun Returns is set 25 years after the first movie, and the daughter of Jennifer Aniston's character comes to the old house where her mother defeated the Leprechaun, and the sorority she's a part of is going all clean green energy. So what was I gonna say? The circumstances, the Leprechaun has returned via a very bloody way, might I add, and now he's looking to get his gold and get some killing on. So, there you go. That is pretty much the storyline on a whole. Now, the new actor, whose name I'm totally forgetting, the new actor for Leprechaun is fun. He's a little more higher pitched, and they actually make fun of even he makes fun of the idea of looking different. Like, he admits, yeah, ooh, I look different. I guess being dead for 25 years is gonna make you look different. So I was like, okay, that's funny. Warwick Davis is I guess he's now above the role, because now he's back in making Star Wars movies, or, stuff like that. Which is fine, no problem with Warwick Davis. I mean, make that money, bro. But the new actor's fine. I like the new look. I like the little trench coat. The new Leprechaun, the new actor for Leprechaun, it's a little more higher pitched, but I like it. There's actually some good jokes from him. There's actually some really fun jokes. And they also don't do a lot of, oh, the Leprechaun's in 25 years in the future. They make one joke. They make one joke of that, and that's it. The characters, you don't care about them, really. All the actors, aside from Leprechaun, are pretty bad. It's Disney Channel level. But you didn't come here for cinematic acting. There's no real standouts. Even Aniston didn't give a single fuck in the original movie. Come on, guys. So, let's be real. But we're here for the kills, and there's some sweet-ass kills in this movie. There's one guy who gets cut down the middle, Mortal Kombat style, via a solar panel. And I'm not talking split in half. I'm talking split in half down the middle. His front side of his body goes one way, the back side of his body goes the other, if that makes any sense. There's also decapitation by drone. That was fun. I don't want to spoil all the kills, but there are some really good ones. There's some bloody action. It's clear that the budget, the low budget, because this is clearly a low budget movie. Probably it actually has the highest budget of the Leprechaun franchise, but the gore is where it really counts. There's some great practical effects gore in here. There is very other points where you can see, ooh, you ran out of money, didn't you, Sci-Fi and Lionsgate on this movie. So, yeah, but then again, like I said, the film, what was I going to say? The film franchise never really had the biggest budget, but it really does count. There's one kill in here I don't want to spoil that's really early on. That was like, god damn, that's really good practical effects. Anyway, the other thing is that we only get one returning character, which is, what's the guy's name? God, I should have, like, man, I'm just blanking on shit. Like, the one guy who accidentally swallowed the gold coin, he's the only returning actor, which is fine, he was fun, but they don't do a lot with him, and you'll understand when you see the movie. They don't do a lot with him, which is unfortunate. There's no Jennifer Aniston making pulling a Jamie Lee Curtis, because, yeah, good luck with that. But there is one moment in here that made me go, did they get it? I checked and it wasn't Jennifer Aniston, but there was one moment in here, like audio-wise, that made me go, did they get Aniston, or just a really good impressionist? No, it was just a really good impressionist. I had to, like, double-check, just to make sure. All around, not a bad... if you're a fan of the franchise, if you're a fan of the Leprechaun franchise, then you already know that this is not going to be a masterpiece horror film. There's some good jokes in here that made me laugh. Like, there's two jokes from the girls that made me go, ha ha, that's funny. It's almost like there's two jokes that almost feel like Shaun of the Dead level jokes, like something you'd see in Shaun of the Dead or the rest of the Cornetto trilogy. You'll get it when... Oh, actually, no, it'd be more Hot Fuzz. Like, these are, like, there's two jokes in here that feel like something out of Hot Fuzz. And you'll get them when you see them, but I don't want to spoil it. But like I said, if you're a fan of Leprechaun, you already know that this is not going to be, like, the highest standard. But for what it is, even though we don't have Warwick Davis, I feel like this is a really good film. For what it is, you know, it's Leprechaun, what can you expect? I was totally expecting another Leprechaun Origins. We cannot sink deeper than Leprechaun Origins, I'm just saying. But if you're a fan of the original film, at least, you're gonna like this one. You're definitely gonna like this film, and it's definitely given me a lot of hope for what they're going to do, what they're going to do, working with the Kyoto brothers, especially now that Sci-Fi and Lionsgate is working with the Kyoto brothers to work on the Critters and Killer Clowns from Outer Space movies, respectively. So so after seeing this really does put my mind at ease for what they're going to do with Killer Clowns and Critters. But yeah, I feel like sci-fi can be really hit and miss with franchises. Have you seen what they did with the Anaconda and Lake Placid movies? Yeah, not great. So I was not expecting high, I had my standards, I had my expectations pretty low, and for what I got, I was actually quite surprised of how good this was. There was some decent gore. The acting's not great, but again, you're watching a Leprechaun movie. Expect that. I also just dug this film, and I'd like to see, what more they could do with Leprechaun. They leave it open for... I will say, I'm not going to say how, but they do leave it open for a sequel, and it's hysterical of how they do that. So, I gotta give the guys props for that. So, good on you, Sci-Fi. I had no expectations, and I walked away from this movie going, you know what? Not bad. Not bad at all. So, if you've seen Leprechaun Returns, comment below, let us know here on Comic Universe what you thought of it. And once again, if you're new here, remember to Hulk smash that subscribe button and be a part of Earth's Mightiest Subscribers. I'm DPZ, and on behalf of Comic Universe, we will see you right here once more here in the YOUniverse.